So it's time to give a review to one of the most controversial seasons in a while, Chapter 5 Season 3. So this is going to be a really interesting video. Usually people either like or hate a season, but this season was really decisive. You really had to be there.
You know, it's such a crazy statement to me when people are like, telling people to not play the game if they don't like it is such a bad take. It's like, what?
Yeah. The people who are genuinely saying they really enjoy this season makes me wonder, like, do these people enjoy Fortnite? Full stop.
Yeah, brilliant. I don't even know what just happened. I've just died to Jar Jar Binks.
70 damage. Dead.
This season is absolute dog water. If I was a 5-year-old that still loved cool cars, I would be having the time of my life.
So for the first few days of the season, it really did depend which side of the fence you sat on to how much you actually enjoyed the season. Some were rating it a 10 out of 10, and others, worst Fortnite season ever. So for the first few days, which side of the fence was I sitting on? Well, what even is this? What is this? I don't even know what weapon this is meant to be. Stop! Stop! Oh, that's just car. He's just. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. There has to be a cooldown on them. That's gonna tick a few people off. If people can just sit in a car, not third party, and just sit in the car and just keep hitting us with explosives, that's ridiculous. My initial thought of the new season was the meta cannot remain how it is. As fun as fragging out in a car was, there was times in the early days where I thought, I want to get out and actually build, which how powerful the cars were would have been one way to get deleted. Fortnite has a metaphorical seesaw, and they're always trying to balance it. With the start of Chapter 5 Season 3, it was unbalanced towards the cars. Minus shooting over a course of a season didn't fill me with excitement. I mean, for the first few days would have been fun. For the first week, maybe even 2 weeks would have been fun. But on the contrary to that, I do believe Fortnite brought in the nerfs a little too soon and should have allowed whoever was having fun with the cars to get it out in their system. But let's actually talk about the cars, shall we? So the idea of the cars and actually bringing back car mods is a fantastic idea, but unfortunately in Chapter 5 Season 3 it has been poorly executed, either being far too strong or being then far too weak, and never really found a clear balance. And really, because of that, it's kind of difficult to rate these. You could rate these pre-nerf, post-nerf, or try and find an overall rating. And I believe certain mods have been skewed as well. Of course, you've got the machine gun turret, the grenade launcher, spiked bumper, cow catcher, bulletproof tyres, and the off-road tyres. I am picking the spiked bumper over the cow catcher, and the same with the bulletproof tyres. I am picking them over the off-road tyres. I find the turret is the only one I could pick and choose over the cannon or the machine gun, but I feel most times I'm going to go and favour the machine gun. Let me know what you use in your tyre, bumper and roof slots. So after a couple of OP days, the nerfs soon came. How did Fortnite deal with the nerfs? Probably not very well. After nerfing the car's health, for whatever reason, instead of adding the EPMs, they added the boogie bombs, even though they said when they added the boogie bombs, they would add the EMPs in later. Retrospectively, I'm still confused by this move. Even at the point we are now, I still don't believe Fortnite found the balance with the cars. But something that I will give a 10 out of 10 this season is the cacti. A really great way of getting your shields back this season. And with everything else having nerfs and controversy, I feel like this item is probably the best item they've added in Chapter 5 Season 3. Of course, the Nitro Fists were added this season, which were very powerful and literally stood no chance against them. Now they're a little bit more even, I feel like you can beat them, but if caught unaware, can be a little difficult to deal with. The Nitro itself this season is actually a real great addition. Now I know at the start of the season they were very powerful. If you hit someone when you were nitroed up, it would hit for 75, and they saw that and they nerfed it. Now unlike the cars, which I found struggled to get a balance, Liss has got now a good balance, I believe. Now, before we move on to more of the weapons, let's just talk about the War Boss. I believe that was a great addition at the start of the season when the cars were a little bit stronger and people didn't really know about the EMP. But in some cases at that point, I remember it was just a little bit too weak. If it had an extra like maybe 500 HP health, it may have been a better counter along with the EMP. Now, one weapon I do want to talk about because I really do believe this item has gone underneath the radar this season in terms of being a really strong weapon. When everyone else was complaining about really strong items like the cars, no one was talking about the boom bolt. Of course, with the addition of the Ringmaster Medallion, it has infinite ammo. And when you're just getting smashed by this thing in squads or trios, and a team's got that, even when they don't have one with the infinite ammo, and they're spraying you and hitting you with that boom bolt, it's almost lights out. The next item was really cool. I actually think it was a really good item, the one I'm about to say, but I practically actually almost forgot about it, and that was Riding the Lightning. What a fun item. I'm a bit disappointed that it took out the game so quickly. Although along with the Nitro Fist and Ride the Lightning, I think they've done a really good job to try and find something similar to the Rocket Ram. Now, in terms of ARs, I don't think they've done too badly this season. The Combat Assault Rifle note is ridiculously OP. Interesting topic probably to talk about is the snipers. Of course, this chapter has been plagued apparently by the Reaper Sniper Rifle, with people complaining, oh my god, it's hit me one shot and it's taken my head off. Why is it so easy to hit snipers with this? I generally don't care or mind if a sniper is OP. Like, this is not something that just plagues Fortnite. This is FPS in general. Snipers are overpowered. I don't know what you want Fortnite to do with it. Like, because how the Reaper Sniper Rifle worked, it had 3 quick bullets, I enjoyed it. You could almost hit clips with it if you wanted to. And that's probably why people found it annoying. Rip the Reaper. But the replacement, the Heavy Impact Sniper Rifle, not too bad. Not too bad. Again, it's a powerful sniper rifle. Like, I don't know why people don't hate this as much as a Reaper, but we move. Before we move on to collab items, because I think that's the majority of the stuff we got to talk to, we had the tow hook cannon. Now, again, I feel like most of the items this season has sort of come in, wowed us, and then we got bored of it very quickly. The tow hook cannon was used to sort of grab onto cars, but because cars are effectively taking a nosedive, you just use it as a sniper, which is fun as well. Like, I like it, but are we using it, or am I using it anyway? Because this is my review. Am I using it how it's meant to be used? Probably not. I feel like if you plan your season around the cars and then the cars are so controversial and that you nerf them, that's obviously going to create issues further down the line. And just before we get onto the collab items, one thing that needs an overhaul or just full out removing are the weapon mods. Now, really interesting concept, but they need to work at it in Chapter 5, Season 4, or we might as well get rid of it. I'm pretty sure they will probably get it out by the end of this chapter. I know Fortnite are quite stuck in their ways when they do something, so we will probably remain with weapon mods until the end of this chapter. So hopefully they do something next season, because I keep forgetting they're hard to find. The benches, they need to redo something with them weapon mods. And bullet drop to me is fine. Moving on. In terms of collaborative items, I have already talked about Ride the Lightning, but as well as that, we had some Fallout items, the Nuka-Cola, amazing, the laser. As I was saying before, I feel like they've added items, wowed us, and then they've just lost the appeal very quickly this season. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Magneto's power, very cool. Mobility as well as attacking item, standard. In terms of shipping the bottle, it's just a no from me. I just can't get into it, I'm sorry. And talk about Pirates of the Caribbean, the mini pass, very cool. The skins, great, 10 out of 10. But the battle pass, the mini pass anyway, it's just a bit too much for me to deal with. I will probably not be competing it. Now, in terms of NPCs and bosses this season, I think Fortnite's got it spot on. In terms of the 3 main medallions, the Machinist, Ringmaster Scar, as well as the Megalodon, you also have returning ones as well in Cerberus and Oscar with their shotguns, and they're really good shotguns. And I just want to point that out because people have said this season that Fortnite just doesn't listen to the community, and I feel like that's something that the community has pointed out. Why can't we have things remain like bosses and NPCs and continue on their storyline? Well, they have listened this season. And to add that these bosses now move around the map. For now, I have to give Epic a 10 out of 10. And another thing I want to give Epic props on, and something unfortunately I haven't utilised, so I don't really know how they're going to change it, is the Wasteland Challenges. When that first came out, it was fun as hell. Floor is lava, can't pick up items, really fun, but unfortunately because the season kind of is difficult to play, after the initial fun I had with it, I just haven't used it since. Now this is probably my most controversial take. Now the Fortnite Chapter 5 storyline, as well as Season 3, has been some of the best storyline in Fortnite ever. I've done multiple videos at this point and talked long on stream about this. Now I believe the use of Pandora's Box and how they're using it as a consistent arc throughout the story, how Valeria went to go and open Pandora's Box, and then Pandora's Box released the gods, and then the Wanderer, and now with the gems, which seems to be associated with Pandora's Box. So it's following that progressive story. And the return of voice lines this season, which of course may have not been Fortnite's issue as to why they weren't doing voice lines because of the strikes. And the mystery behind the Wanderer has me gripped. But of course, we do need a payoff, so I will be waiting for that Fortnite. And maybe I get a little bit more controversial here because I'm going to talk about everything else about Fortnite, what encapsulates it: Lego, Festival, Reload, Rocket Racing. Some people may say we shouldn't include that in seasons, but I believe it comes with the overall experience. At the end of the day, it is my Season 3 review. This season I feel like Lego has been back on it with the 30.10 update that added a cozy mode and expert mode, like a hardcore mode. Of course, I still don't like the addition of the Lego Pass or Lego items being in the Fortnite item shop. They should take the brunt of the cost in developing Lego Fortnite. I know they are developing a game for free essentially, but it is a bit pay to build, which is worse than pay to win. Lego has consistently held at 40,000 players concurrently for the majority of this season. They seem to have a core base audience now, which is really good for the game because it is a good game. Now my least two played epic modes I guess will be Rocket Racing and Fortnite Festival. Festival is just not a game that appeals to me, but I do like the addition of Battle Stage. That looks pretty cool, but rhythm games are just not my thing. Now Rocket Racing is always a game that I will jump on occasionally, and I always find it fun when I do. But recently it is a bit hard to navigate the menu of Rocket Racing, along with the new creative modes. It's a bit of a mess. I mean, the whole Fortnite UI is a mess, which hopefully they will fix next chapter. At this point, I know people are hoping it gets fixed eventually, but I think they are pushing it back into the next chapter, unfortunately. A clean slate, new chapter, new open world game mode hopefully, as well as a new UI. Because it's the same reason why I'm including the other game modes in this Season 3 breakdown. If the new UI comes in now, it will be tarnished by Chapter 5. That's what I'm thinking anyway. They could introduce it. They could introduce it before Chapter 6, but I think it's unlikely. I mean, there is an update tomorrow. Which, talk about weapons, we still haven't seen that minigun. But the best addition to Chapter 5 Season 3 is of course Reload. Now I have done a separate video to Reload and you're welcome to watch it, where I go through my first thoughts about the whole of the Reload game mode. But just for a small breakdown, oh my god, it is so fun. I love playing squads. I find duos a little bit difficult, but squads, it's so fun. Now, a few people annoyed about the addition of some Chapter 2, Chapter 3 weapons. I do not care. Like, the game feels so fun. The issue with Chapter 5 Season 3, and one of the main issues which I brought up in one of my first videos this season, is that the willingness to get out the car and fight and not be stuck in your car and build battle. With all this stupid stuff going on, it's difficult to do the main principle of Fortnite. Now, I know Fortnite can be other things, but at the end of the day, it will always be drawn back to that main principle of building. And this season really hurt that. I feel like they could have got it right, but they just didn't, unfortunately. But Reload can send us back to that. Now, an interesting thing, if Reload came out last season, would Fortnite have needed to remove the cars as quickly as they did, or I mean nerf them? And of course this season they have also split the loot balls between competitive and casuals now, so next season we will see what happens if they release anything too overpowered, like the Tony Stark minigun or something, I don't know. but Reload could save future seasons from its Chapter 5 Season 3 counterpart, from issues that the Chapter 5 Season 3 has had in relation to cars and the meta. And this season, I won't rate this season a 1 out of 10 or 10 out of 10. I would rate this season a what could have been, because I really believe that unfortunately it's been played by issues out of everybody's control. Balancing is hard from everybody's perspective to make everyone happy. It's a season of what could have been. And that's your boy, Mr. JLY. I hope you did enjoy. Comment down below what you thought about the season. I will try and comment. I've really enjoyed the season though. But anyway, it has been your boy, Mr. JLY. Till next time, bye-bye.